Welcome to Steve Giammona Show.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. What's up? This is Steve from the Steve Giammona Show. Doing something a little bit different. Gulliver, we're doing something a little bit different today. We were gonna do a question and answer with my wife, Katie. We just couldn't work the scheduling out between her job, my job, kids, and just everything else. It was getting too hard to do that. So that doesn't mean we won't do another one. But right now, I just want to get a podcast out. So I'm going to knock one out today. And I put out on Instagram and social media and all that shit that we were going to do a Q&A. Because the one that we did, everyone really seemed to like. And it was fun. I really dug it. It was kind of a cool way for me to be like more open with her and shit. So, and just talk. So that's what we're doing today. Just kind of hanging out. This weather is super fucked up. It looks like it's Armageddon outside. Having a giant beard right now either doesn't help matters too much either. So, yeah, no, it's been about 2 weeks since I've done a podcast. That clicking in the background, by the way, is my dog. His nails are getting pretty long. I just haven't had a chance to take him to get them redone again. So, but I forgot what I was gonna say. But whatever, fuck it. So yeah, I reached out to, I just put it out there on social media. Ask us questions, fire away, whatever you want, within reason. So I'll just be reading those off today. I really wish we did it with Katie because a lot of people liked it. A lot of people asked like parenting questions, stuff that I do that annoys her. So we'll cover all of that. I'm not going to answer for her, but I can kind of word myself around the questions. But yeah, so the first one from Sir John Baker. Known that dude since high school. What current bands are you listening to? The two that I've been listening to the most lately, weird combo, The Grateful Dead and Rancid. I've kind of fallen back into a Rancid, not slump, but just rotation where I've been listening to them constantly. And then, sorry, I don't have COVID, but like with all the smoke in the air, it's really fucked up my nose and everything. So, and it's like 100 degrees. It's fucking hot. But yeah, Grateful Dead and Rancid. And then just when I'm not doing that, I'm listening to podcasts. But I know I've spoken here before about the Grateful Dead, and they're a band that I'm not the only one, but I know probably a lot of my friends probably talk shit on and just assumed that they were terrible without really listening to them. That's completely the opposite. On the last podcast I did with my buddy Dave Nuss, we talked about them, and we both agreed that they're probably, I think he agreed with me. Anyway, they were one of his favorite bands. They're probably the most underappreciated, underrated American rock band. I wouldn't even call them a rock band, just a band, because you can't really, you got the jam band, you got the folk, but then they also just do like weird shit. Yeah, that's definitely, those two bands I've been listening to pretty consistently. I made a COVID bucket list recently. My therapist suggested I come up with one, and listening to more music was on there. I have a pretty extensive vinyl collection that I've been meaning to get into more and start listening to more of that stuff. But with kids and vinyl, it's pretty touchy, man. I don't like having that stuff out because a lot of stuff I have is super old stuff that I don't want them to damage, even though they like walking by it and pushing it in to the shelf. So, but no, yeah, going back to the question, Rancid, Grateful Dead. Those are just like, I don't know, I have staple bands. It's kind of hard for me to find new music too sometimes, because I just fall back into stuff I've been listening to for 20 years, and Rancid is definitely one of those bands. I've seen them live a bunch of times. I got to watch them from the stage last year on Father's Day. They did a big, they called it the Bash. It was a beer fest here in Sac, and I volunteered at it. And I ended up volunteering at the Ska Brewing tent where they did a collaboration with Rancid. And I didn't become friends with the guys, but I basically just sucked up to the dudes that were running the tent as much as possible. I was turning other volunteers away because my plan was to like get in good with the dudes, and then we'll maybe possibly go backstage. And if you try hard enough and you put your mind to something, that can happen. After they stopped serving the beer, I just kept hanging out with the guys. And one thing led to another, and I was able to get a all-access backstage pass. Got to watch Rancid from the side of the stage, and it was pretty amazing. That's a band that I've always loved. They're on my Mount Rushmore of punk rock, and it was really great seeing a band like that you've always loved that up close and a seat like you've never had before in your life. So, little side tangent, but yeah, again. Bands I'm currently listening to, Grateful Dead and Rancid. I don't think Katie really likes music. If she does, it's like Pink, or she likes Lucero. But yeah, it's not going to be anything that I'm going to go out of my way to listen to. So, next question is from a bag of snails, which is Angela Sinclair. What's the dumbest thing you guys argue about besides brushing your teeth? For the record, I brush my fucking teeth. I brush them twice a day for the most part. Dumbest thing we argue about is probably the stuff that we do around the house. I feel like I do more stuff around the house than she does, and vice versa. I clean up a lot around the house. After I'm done with this, I gotta clean the house up and like do the bathrooms and shit. I think that's probably the biggest thing we argue about. But if Katie was here, she could tell you otherwise. So, yeah, it's just a weird thing, man. Like being married to someone and having kids, it's a trip. Especially like communication gets lost in a lot of stuff. You don't end up really talking to each other after a while. You just kind of, I don't know. Anyways, that for me, anyways, that's kind of what happens, is where you just don't really. You just kind of shut down and just kind of keep doing things the way you would normally, but without communicating and telling somebody that you're upset. Or, yeah, maybe that's just me. I hold things in, and then I shut down, and then I take it out in weird ways. So, next question is from Stella West. Third kid, nope. We have had this discussion. Stella, you're not getting another niece or nephew. I'm actually recording this on the 9th of September. On the 17th of September, I'm getting a vasectomy. So, but we did IVF, which Katie and I spoke about on the last one. And that doesn't mean that she could just go get pregnant. Like we have a bunch of eggs frozen and she could just go and do it. So, but no, I don't want a third kid. I think our 2 kids are rad enough. It's hard enough having 2 kids. I know some people are like, well, we have 3. It's like, no, that's cool, dude. That's you. But yeah, I think 4 people in one house is a good amount because our house is built for 4 people. We'd have to get a new cars probably for car seats because our kids are still in car seats. But yeah, I'm happy with 2. It's expensive. You got to factor in school. It's already like $80 for us to go eat when and if we can ever go eat again at a restaurant. So, yeah, I'm fine with 2, and I think Katie is now too, because we've had some people have babies in our lives recently, and so she'll get a baby fix that way. Next one is from Ronnie Dees, aka Ron Dunlap. Go check out his business, 12 Volt Villains. If you're into car modifications, he does some pretty cool shit. 12 Volt Villains on Instagram at 12 Volt Villains. Are you down with QAnon? I honestly don't really know what QAnon is, or Q, or whatever it's called. I know it's like I think it's like a deep state type thing. I can look it up here actually. since I have a laptop. What is quinoa? Not quinoa. And sorry, I know this is super engaging shit for somebody to just look up. A viral QAnon is a far-right conspiracy theory alleging that a Kabbalist Satan-worshipping pedophile is running the girl. Oh yeah, I heard about this. I don't think that's true. I believe more in the Moloch, the owl that like all the presidents would go worship in the forest and do their weird whatchamacallit, like their weird rituals. I think that's a real thing. I think they've proven that that's a real thing. But yeah, QAnon, I don't know, man. It's everything's so fucked up right now that does it really matter if there is Satan worshiping? Pedophiles. There's no room for those people. If you're a Satan worshiper, whatever. I'm not going to talk shit on your religious beliefs. But I don't know enough about QAnon or Q or whatever to go into it. I know that I have a group text thread with some buddies, and that's kind of been coming up a lot more recently. Yeah, I don't know. I do believe that there is a lot of I wouldn't say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm a skeptic on a lot of things. I'm very skeptical on everything right now that is going on in the news. I'm very skeptical of the pandemic. I jokingly will call it a plandemic. I don't think that this is something that was planned. Definitely something that was probably accidentally let out of a lab, but my own personal beliefs. So yeah, I don't know about QAnon. I'll have to read up on it a little bit more. Conspiracy theories and being skeptic is something I've always been. That's just always something I've been. So to answer your question, Ron, I don't know enough about it to answer, but I would. I'm more of like I gotta watch something. I'm not I don't know, maybe it's just like the ADD and dyslexia, but I have a hard time just like reading Wikipedia stuff and stuff unless it's something that I'm really interested in. But if there was like a legit, like not series, but like a news special or something like if Vice did something on Q, I'd watch that for sure. This next one comes from Stephanie Fox. Doesn't really seem like a question, just seems like a really good time. The Foxes started a podcast, drinking game. Every time Katie sighs, you drink. I feel like we drink enough in this house that that could be a pretty bad one. There's a lot of sighing in this house too. Okay, next one. This is from Stacy Leisure. What up, Stacy Base? What is your favorite thing about Katie? / least favorite thing. I'm not going to answer the least favorite thing. My favorite thing about Katie is that she's a rad mom. She's funny. She's strong. She's determined. She doesn't take shit from anybody. We've had a few situations recently where situations have had to be defused. Not like with us, but like just situations with others. And I automatically kind of like, not panic, but I either go into just fuck it, burn the bridge, or just attack them personally and violently. Not physically violently. But then she's more of like the, hey, I can handle this, I do this for a living type thing. And she's able to smooth everything over. Like with our neighbors, we've had issues with some people in the hood that have been kind of weird. And like I said, my first reaction is either fight or flight, but then she's able to smooth it over, and via text too. I'm more of like, hey, these are conversations we can have in person. But yeah, she's just good at dealing with people like that. She's awesome with our daughters. She's a very strong and independent person, and I think that we need younger. Well, I don't want to say that. She's just raising our daughters to be very strong, independent, funny girls, and I think that I believe that as well. I follow those lines. I don't believe in titles. I wouldn't say I'm a feminist. But I do believe that you need to raise girls to be strong-willed and independent and not take shit from anybody. And I feel like that's just in our culture nowadays, in our environment, that's becoming more and more prevalent. And I support it. She's also a good cook, really good cook. Yeah, there's too much. I don't know. I feel like if she was here, it'd be a little bit easier. But my least favorite thing is that she only brushes her teeth once a day. It's disgusting. She doesn't brush her teeth hardly at all. It's once a day. So that's pretty fucking gross. And vice versa for Katie to you. What would she say about her favorite thing about me is? I don't know. I think that's maybe like a daily thing. That probably changes. If there is anything that she likes about me, it's probably like just a random thought. Least favorite thing, falsely being accused of brushing my teeth only once a day. She doesn't like that when she says that I only brush my teeth once a day. I fart a lot. I think it's hilarious, but she doesn't. I think it's funny. I can be a dick. I have a temper. I have a hard time talking, expressing myself, I guess being vulnerable, but I'm working on all that stuff. Yeah, so there's all that shit. We'll get all that mushy stuff out of the way. This one is from, oh, that one didn't come out very well. That one, yeah, that one's all fuzzy. Oh, no, that one. I know this is super compelling shit for everybody, so. Next one's from Lindsay Takella. What is the next tattoo gonna be? I don't know. I have ideas, but right now, man, money is fucking tight. We just got done finishing our cabin that we bought 4 years ago, and for like the last 2.5 years we've been remodeling, so I don't know if we stayed on budget or if we, oh, that's something Kate doesn't like about me. I guess I'm pretty frivolous with money sometimes. So, but it's meant to be spent to a certain extent. Yeah, no, if I had like expendable money, I would definitely be getting more tattoos, but you can't even get them now. They're not even open. And if you do, I think it's done out of somebody's house, which would be kind of weird. So, but no, I don't know. Talking about tattoos is weird. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I have ideas though, so I know this is super compelling. This is fucking weird. Just sitting in the living room talking to yourself while your dog just walks around and shit. So the next question is from my mom. How is it being married to Steve? Probably pretty rad. Probably pretty exhausting. More so exhausting than rad. But I'm not a very easy person. It's weird. I've realized this. I can be one person at work and a different person at home. Whereas like, when you work like outside of the house, stupid shit happens all the time. I don't take it personal. If somebody fucks up at work, I don't care. I don't take it personal. But at home, I'm not like that. It's really weird. It's really a fucked up situation. And it's definitely something I'm working on. So, but I would say that when we have fun, we have fun. The kids are rad, and we have fun with them. So, a lot of drinking questions. Which, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. But what's Katie's go-to drink, and do they differ for her mood? It's pretty much just wine, and then if we have vodka, there's that. But it's mainly just wine. I'm not a wine person. I like beer, I like vodka, I like whiskey. And that's it. Depending on the mood, no, it's really just whatever's around. So, usually kind of at least try to have, I don't know, man. I've been trying to kind of keep the drinking in check. I just feel like during COVID, it's just gotten out of control. Not out of control, like that's a bad way of just putting it, but just like, it's been more and more frequent that we're drinking. And I think it's just kind of being able to work from home. You know, you don't have to really drive anywhere. And if you do drive somewhere, you're kind of already planned on it. Yeah, definitely a lot more drinking has been going on during the pandemic. And I think that's for everybody. I've talked to people that don't really drink that much. And they're like, yeah, I'm crushing a few beers every single night. But it's definitely something I've been kind of in the last couple weeks at least, just being like, all right, let's maybe slow this down a little bit. Like the weight gain that comes along with drinking. I don't know if you can, I feel like I just have like an extra 20 pounds on me when I do drink. But no, I drink a lot of water too. Also kind of got into orange juice lately, which I don't know if it's good for you or not. I think I've heard that it's good for you, but then I also heard there's a lot of sugar in it. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, but just to go back to her wine and vodka, probably white wine, and sometimes red wine. This is from Ava Clark. What is your favorite thing about being a father and mother? But she's not here to answer that. I love that my kids are at the age now where they're playing together and making themselves laugh. They have great imaginations. They will play games together. They will just go in their rooms and play and just come up with stuff that they're doing. And they also make each other laugh, which is pretty goddamn hilarious. They're also, I don't know if they have interests right now. I mean, they have interests, but not like sports or anything like that. And it's probably just because they're not really being exposed to that stuff too much right now, you know. I guess sports are on TV, but I haven't really gone out of my way to find them. So, but, you know, I look forward to having conversations with them when they get a little bit older about, you know, just whatever comes up. I like being able to see them having fun at the cabin. That's pretty rewarding. Just after all this work that we've put in, to be able to have them go up there, appreciate it, have fun. All they really want to do is just watch YouTube when we go up there, but whatever. But no, I was talking to like my therapist about this too. They've never been baby talked. Like we don't do baby talk to them. Anytime somebody has, I think we kind of like, not discourage it, but just, I don't know. Baby talk is stupid. And it's annoying. But, so is saying every other word. But no, I'm just looking forward to having conversations with them, raising them to, you know, like I mentioned earlier, be strong, independent, don't take shit from anybody, don't let guys talk to you a certain way. You know, they're super energetic. Like I said, they're funny, so it's awesome. Watching them laugh, making them laugh, and like just having inside jokes with them. Like they already like fart jokes. They think farts are funny, so I'm all in on that one. And then yeah, they're just silly. They're fucking rad, and having a kid and them making you laugh is pretty great. So oh, that was the same one. So let's see what we got next. A couple more. I don't know how long we're going to go on this one. I feel like I'm ripping through these already. I'll save that one for last. Those are good ones. Let's see what we got here. What's one thing that you are so excited to do once the cabin is finished? So yeah, I guess I'll give a little bit of backstory. That's from Stella again. A lot of these questions came from like 16-year-old girls, which is kind of weird. If that's my fan base, that's my fan base. I can't change that. Or 78-year-old women, which was my mom. So, yeah, so about 4 years ago, we bought a cabin. We were hanging out, and my sister has one. And their real estate agent that runs all these cabins up near Tahoe let her know that the one next door to them was going to be for sale. So she called us. We were like, so cool, I guess, whatever. She goes, no, why don't you guys come up and look at it? It could be a cool thing. So we go up there. It's a dump. It's a fucking dump. And it just decorated old. The people I guess that owned it for like 30 years, hadn't really been there in the last 10. So it was just kind of eaten up and it looked really tacky and whatever. But it was one of those things where like, you know, if we put a little bit of effort into this, we can make this thing look pretty great. 2.5 years later, it's finally finished, and I can't tell the story without thanking Damon West, my brother-in-law, and his wife, my sister Jen, for being so generous with their time and their knowledge of everything. And it's one of those things where, like, we bought a cabin. California, you share your money. And then it was like, fuck, now what? I don't know anything about a cabin. I've been to a cabin a couple times in my life. Oh, okay, whatever. So literally, like, I think we bought it in August, didn't really do anything with it until the following year, where we gutted it. We literally had to pull everything out because they walked away. They handed us the keys and left everything in it. And I'm talking clothes, glasses, prescription medication, tools, which came in very handy because now I have like a whole arsenal of tools. Just everything. They also left about 500 dead mice in the place, which was pretty awesome to clean up. So yeah, we completely stripped the place down to its bones. Everything's brand new in it. It's awesome, and it's really weird too, because this was no joke. Like, every weekend for like 2 years, we were up there working. I was going up when I could. I would take days off of work to go up during the week to work on it, or like, you know, later after work, go up. I don't know budget wise if we were on budget or off or whatever. We bought so much stuff, returned so much stuff that I don't know anymore. But it's weird because I was up there a couple weekends ago. Just me. I went up on I went up Friday evening or whatever after work and to do some stuff, and I had the place to myself. And it was really weird just sitting there, kind of being like, "Fuck, now what, man?" Like, and there's always gonna be little things to do here and there, but nothing that's gonna take a whole day, you know. So it was really weird just sitting on the couch, staring and like looking around, just being like, I remember when this was completely gutted. There was nails everywhere. There was exposed wire. It was not safe. And I don't know. I'm not like a very prideful person. I don't know. I don't look at stuff in that aspect a lot, really. But it was just weird. You know, like, I'm proud of my kids and shit like that, but like, this was like, whoa, this is something I never in a million years thought I would have done, and I did it. With help, obviously, from Damon and a few other people. But just a trip. You know, you're sitting there, and hold on, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. If you're watching this on YouTube, that was kind of gross. But no, yeah, it was weird. I was just sitting on the couch, drinking whiskey, listening to the Grateful Dead, and just vibing it. And just kind of being like, this is nuts, man. Like, over here, this was nothing. Now there's a wall. That was another thing too. All the walls had, somebody took a chisel and just chiseled out marks. So it looked like someone just did a whole bunch of meth and just went loose and just went crazy on the place with a chisel and a hammer. And it wasn't like, it was super hard to look at after a while, but I did leave some of that exposed. I wanted to keep some of the original, just some of the originalness of the place. So there's like a spot in the kitchen where there's an original beam. There's a chunk above the fireplace where there's the original wall where it's all chiseled out. So I left a lot of that, some of that stuff. But yeah, man, it was pretty much like demo the place, take it down to the studs, rebuild everything, and then it's kind of like, fuck, clean slate, what are we doing? So it was a lot of work. I learned a lot, drank a lot, ate a lot, but it was fun. And it's something too where, like, you know, I don't know. I was doing something up there last weekend. I poured something down the kitchen drain, and I was like, I know where this drain goes, and it drains out there, and it connects to that drain, and it goes out there with that pipe, and it connects out there. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a neat thing to, I don't know. It's just weird. I look forward to sharing it with people and having people come up and experience it. And yeah, if you're interested, let me know if you're in the Sacramento area. Next question is, what's the what is the best part about having a podcast? What is the hardest part? I don't know who that is. Best part is that it's motivating. It has to be consistent, so I'm constantly working on it and thinking about it. Even though I kind of took like 2 weeks off, it's always something that can be done better. It can always be done better. I'll say that because I don't know, it's kind of a hacky thing, like a podcast. It's something I think I always kind of wanted to do, just didn't realize it, and then I just started doing it. But it can always be done better. You can always have better mics. You can always have better video. Right now I'm just doing this on my phone, and then I'm recording it into a Zoom H6, so the sound can always be a little bit better. I'm sure it sounds fine, but it's a huge learning curve. It's really easy to fuck up a podcast. I've done that twice. And then, it's just something that I like it. It's fun. I wish the hardest part, I'll get to that right now, is finding people to come on. During the pandemic, it's almost like people, I get the social distancing. We can do them via Zoom. I don't like doing them via Zoom, but when you got somebody in New York or whatever, you got to do them via Zoom. And finding guests that to come on. Like I was gonna say, like people, it's hard right now. A lot of people I think are struggling or feel like they don't have anything to share, which isn't true, because this podcast is kind of about like whatever. I like to have interesting people on, and sometimes you gotta do outside the box stuff like this. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird being like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it by myself. And it's weird sitting in your living room talking to yourself. But sometimes you just gotta do this stuff because it needs to be consistent. If I don't keep doing them consistently, at least once a week or every week and a half, they just fall off the radar. But I do appreciate everyone that listens to them, and everyone that's come on. I don't want to say if you think you want to come on and talk, you can, but hit me up if you do. I don't know, I kind of try and have interesting people, funny people, people that I find interesting. So just stuff like that. Friends are great. It's kind of hard though, because a lot of people I know, we have inside jokes that are really inside, and I know that that's just going to become one giant inside joke. So, but best thing is it's motivating. It gives me something to do. Trying to make it better each episode, and then hardest part is finding people to come on. So I don't know who sent that one though. I accidentally clipped it out, but thanks. These are from Brad Harris. Question 1: if you could change one thing in your life, what would it be? I don't know. I don't really regret too many things. I don't know if he's meaning like regret or change. I don't know if I would have gone to college or finished college. Everyone I know that did doesn't really use their degree for anything. I probably would have stood up for myself in more situations and not let people walk all over me. I would like to change and have like a actual exercise routine. I feel like I haven't done anything. I've started walking more, but with the weather the way it is, it's all fucked up. It's not really that safe to be outside. So that I'd like to change my motivation to work out. I would definitely change some of my behaviors. I can be like a super not cool person every once in a while. I don't know. I think that's really it. I don't really, like I said, not too much. There's stuff I'm always working on that I'm trying to change to make better, but those are always in and out all the time. I think just more motivation to work out, or at least exercise, and then just some of my shithead behaviors. So next question, this is for Katie. What's your favorite thing that Steve does for you? Probably rubs her neck and back and arms all the fucking time. Question 3, who does more work around the house? That's a loaded question. I'm not answering that fucking question. I mean, it's me, but so I do more of like the stuff around the house. I clean. Oh shit. I clean. Katie cleans too. I've started cooking more, which that was one of my bucket list COVID things. Barbecue and cook more. I really enjoy doing that. I don't know. I feel like I just have like more time to do stuff like that. Katie cooks a lot too, and she cleans, but her job is way more stressful and hectic and longer hours than mine is. But I think, you know, as things open up, my job will go back to normal too. But yeah, we have a gardener, so I don't have to do that. That's one thing I'm pumped on. I don't like yard work. Katie does. So I think yard work sucks. It's like doing math. It's just one of the things that keeps going, and then I just hate it. Yeah, no, as far as like stuff like that, it's pretty equal. I just might be a little bit more outspoken about who does more, which is something I'm working on. But yeah, I don't know. So it's kind of a toss-up. Just depends on what day or what mood I'm in. And then last but not least, again from Brad Harris, name a song that represents your life right now. Fucking A. I don't know, man. It would be, I don't know. Because life right now, it's so weird, right? It's really redundant. Everyone's just kind of doing the same thing. Everyone's working from home or not working. You can't really do anything. Maybe, what song is that? Let me look it up here. Always. Let's see. Is this a good one? Always Look on the Bright Side of Life from Monty Python or Eric Idle? Wait. Yeah, Monty Python wrote it. Eric Idle sang it. I guess that could be one right now. Always look on the bright side of life. Things could be rougher or shittier, but they're not. So yeah, that might be it. Always look on the bright side of life. I'll have to listen to that one. But that just popped up for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a when people ask questions about music, it's a weird one. Because I used to be like really into, I didn't say I used to be really into music, I still am, but I used to be more opinionated on music. I guess that's the way of putting it. I'm not so opinionated now. I don't really give a shit if somebody listens to Ariana Grande or, you know, thinks that Creed is actually a good band. I don't care about that stuff. I might think in my head that you're a fucking moron for thinking those things, but I'm not gonna yell at you like I used to. I remember I may have told this on a podcast. We were at a Super Bowl party and Britney Spears was the halftime show artist. She was the musical guest. And some lady, I'm sure she's a mom now, but this was like in the early 2000s, was saying how great of a performance it was. And I went off. I was like, that was fucking stupid. You're an idiot for thinking that. She lip synced the entire thing. And then I kind of felt bad, but then she was also being a fucking idiot too the whole time. So it was whatever. And then I don't know, that just resonated with me for some reason. Like, that's kind of fucked up. Just make fun of somebody for the music they like. You know, it's the same thing as like when you make fun of somebody for like their religion. Like, who gives a fuck? It's not affecting you. If somebody likes insert shitty artist here, good for them. I like bands that people hate. I like Bruce Springsteen. I get it. People don't like Bruce Springsteen. I don't really even like Bruce Springsteen. He's got like 85 songs and maybe like 10 of them are great. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know what changed me. Maybe it's like when I had kids or something like that. I just stopped giving a fuck about what people like. Mainly probably because I listened to the Frozen and Moana soundtrack 500 times. But yeah, I'm not really opinionated on any of that stuff anymore. I don't really subscribe or surround myself with people that talk about religion. And if it does come up, it's like, hey, cool, that's you. Don't push it on me. Same with politics. I could really give a fuck about politics. I think in the last, this is completely on a tangent right now. This isn't, sorry, Brad, I didn't really answer your question. I answered it with a bogus song that I haven't heard in probably 15 years. But I think in the last 20 years, 20 years, 9/11, right around that time, is when we realized politics is a complete sham. It's all bullshit. It's rigged. It's a broken system. These are my personal opinions. I don't think that. I think it's ridiculous. I don't think that we need a president. One person that can be in charge of all of us is a pretty stupid idea. If you think so, that's fine. But this is my opinions. I don't know. It's just a thing. Like, are you really gonna fucking die on a hill for a color and some weird beliefs? I feel like people get too into politics and they can't back themselves out of it. Like, even if you're left wing, right wing, deep state, liberal, Antifa, whatever the fuck else. I feel like people just wear it as a badge, and they shouldn't. It's not something to die for. Because guess what? No politician really gives a fuck about you. I think I'm registered and independent, but that doesn't mean I'm going to vote. I don't really believe in voting because usually the choices they're terrible. I've used this analogy on this podcast before where it's like going to Baskin Robbins and asking for chocolate ice cream, and they say, nope, all we have is bologna flavored ice cream or nacho cheese flavored ice cream. And you're like, but I don't want that. And they're like, nope, those are your choices. Then you're like, well, fuck Baskin Robbins. I don't want any part of this. So that's honestly for like the last, I don't know. I honestly don't know if I've ever voted. I don't know. Can you get a record of if you voted or not? I don't know. It's always just been like a weird, I don't know. It's not something I've ever been interested in. Go back, read some history, just realize how fucked up politics have been. Probably in the last, I don't know what, since like, when would you say that politics, I like how I'm just talking as if other people are here. I don't know. I like history, but if I had to guess when politics were really kind of exposed to how corrupt they were, obviously it's been corrupt since George Washington. But I'd say like maybe like right around Kennedy is when shit started getting exposed. Like, you know, all these big families getting involved and all that shit. I would say like that's probably when like the media or people were more, just the corruptness was exposed and people started seeing it a little bit more. And then obviously you had Nixon, and then you had Reagan, you had Kennedy, or you had Clinton. Then you had the whole Bush thing with him and the CIA, and then Bush Jr., and then some of the shit that Obama did, and now we have Trump. So I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's just such a weird thing that it's important, I feel like, to pay attention to local politics. But at the same time, I don't know, man. There's part of me that's just like, dude, what the fuck has a president really ever done that's changed the world? Which is a super ignorant and fucking naive thing to say. I know that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what that last question was. What song represents my life right now? And then I went on a tangent about politics. Maybe it's just because it's something that it's just always out there. And I don't talk politics. I told someone the other day I don't vote, and she goes, well, you can't complain. I said, I don't complain about politics. I understand it's fucked up. I understand it's rigged, it's fake, it's wrestling. That's all it is. But, you know, if you're still listening to this, God bless you, because that was ridiculous. So, but yeah, I think that's it, man. That might be all the questions. Yeah, we answered that one. Answered that one. Those. Let me just double check. Yeah, as far as upcoming podcasts go, I don't have anybody lined up yet. So I'm working on it. I've reached out to a few people. And then hopefully soon, because I want to keep them going. Like I said, I really enjoy doing this. It's fun. I made a couple bucks off it, so that's cool. Like I made like $8 off of it. So we got that going. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. You can follow me on Instagram at the official Steve Giammona, I think. That's on there. I'm on Facebook too, but I never post. I just post shit about this. YouTube, the Steve Giammona Show on YouTube. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I'll do more of these maybe. That was kind of fun to just kind of get some shit off my chest. I don't know if anybody actually listens to this stuff at all or what, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Katie wanted to do it, but just scheduling wise, and she wanted to get her hair cut and blah blah blah, and it was weird. So, but no, this was fun, guys. Thanks for listening. I appreciate everyone listening to the show. If you want to come on, I guess just hit me up. I'll either say yeah or I'm not able to at this time. So, but yeah, thanks again, and I will see you guys next episode. Thanks.